Okay. All right.
All right. Well, I am getting the recording started here, and we're going to go ahead and we'll go over to Google Ads.
Okay.
All right. And let's see here. Let me share my screen with you. Okay. There we go.
Okay.
Can you see this?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay. So, excuse me.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
no, that's fine. Yeah. So I want to show you your Google Ad Grant account as it's currently spending. This is I'm gonna move my head here. This is October 1st to November 15th. So we always want to make sure we're checking the dates when we start, so we know what we're looking at. So this is a month and a half time frame. We don't actually need because it hasn't been going for a month and a half. Let's see here. That's a little better. All right, so that's a month view. So it looks like we've been for about 3.5 weeks.
Okay.
Anyway, so you can see that your clicks and your impressions are kind of consistently going up.
Yes.
Now, yep, your click-through rate is close to 11%, which is very high. So at least with this measure, you're not running the risk of having your account deactivated by Google. You have to keep that over 5%. That looks fine. And this is the one that I want to kind of focus in on here, cost. So you can see here that you have been spending almost the full grant here since October 23rd, which was like 3 or 4 days after we turned on the account. So pretty common to have little dips here and there. As you fill out the account, those will come up as well. But you can see even yesterday you spent $329, and right now it's still middle of the day, and this will probably come up quite a bit as well. So yeah. Accounts really going here, which is exciting. And so today, again, the goal is to get conversion tracking set up so that you can be optimizing this in the future. And most likely this is going to be the last call. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so I did have time also. I did go in and I added advertisements to all of these. They are similar, but I did have the keywords in each one as well. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I saw it too because I did something with the Bible study near me.
Wonderful. Okay. Yeah. So then, let's go back in here. I do want to look at conversions, just see if okay, so we still have no conversions registering in the account. Conversions, and let's see here. Okay, well, we haven't brought any conversions into the account. So that is the first kind of thing that we're looking at here. We're gonna load Google Analytics here. Okay, we're gonna come here and we're gonna put your account. I know I had a hard time finding this last
time. Church of God, Mish. Yeah, I'm in class.
There it is, Joy and Harvest. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Boy, we're getting lots of data. All right. So we want to go in here and we want to look at these homepage, prayer guide, thank you, and Christian meditation view download. Okay, so these do not appear to be functioning, which we would expect after the last time. So something seems to be the issue. So where to begin? All right, let me go into the goals. So let me crash on how we have this set up. It should be pretty straightforward if I remember right. Okay, so meditation.pdf. Okay, so we're going to go here and I'm going to go to Joy and Harvest. All right, now let's try this. And I'm going to go back over here. So we're just kind of starting off where we left off last time. Okay. Oh. Ben. Okay, so we got, let's see, overview. So I should see the page here. Okay, so you're seeing I am on the page that we're tracking the conversion on here, and that is not showing up here. So it's possible that we may not be able to track that specific page.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let me pull up another one. Okay, so we're going to go back to admin, back to goals, and we're going to pull up the prayer guide. Thank you. That page. All right, this one as well. Prayer guide. Thank you. Okay, so we have the prayer guide. Thank you page open. And then we're going to come back here, and now you can see that we have prayer guide. Thank you. That is registering. Okay, so that page appears to at least know someone's on it. So we're going to go to events. We're going to see if that registers as an event, which it does not. And we're going to see if it registers as a conversion, which for some reason it is not. So goal 2, refresh, check here. This is really unusual, Pastor. Usually this is a 5-minute setup, so I don't know why. Thank you. Destination. That's the destination. Very good. Thank you. Equals to, yeah. Hold on, I do joyandharvest.com. I guess we should probably check obvious here. Joy and Harvest, just to make sure we don't have some kind of weird domain thing. Harvest.com, it looks the same. Aha, that goal would have a 0.9% conversion rate based on the data from the last 7 days. So this is saying that if we put it in this way, that it will work, which I added this backslash, and I don't think that the spelling was wrong, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Anyway, let's see here if that works. Yeah, sometimes those tiny little things can just get you. Okay, so we're going to go back to real time here. We're going to go back to conversions. And then we are going to refresh prayer guide. Thank you. Okay, we're back on the page, and we're going to, there we go. And prayer guide there, now it's 1. Did you see that light up there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So this is now going to register every time someone downloads the prayer guide. So then what we want to do is we want to bring this over to Google Ads. So here's how we're going to do it. Okay.
Can we do it for Christian meditation, please?
Well, yes, and the problem here with the Christian meditation, this ebook download.
Yep.
What you're going to have to do, Pastor, and I don't think that so when we went into Google Analytics, okay, yep, and we came in here and I went to this Christian meditation page right here, yep, this is not tracked by your analytics account. So you can see that even in the real-time overview, this doesn't show up.
Yes, so, I don't, excuse me, sorry, please. It's not one of the landing page. Can we use one of the real landing pages from the Google Ads, please?
Yeah, so what we can do is
Yeah.
what we need to do.
Yeah. Because I don't have anything on the prayer guide thank you page, except you want me to put something there.
Well, yeah, so this is what they're going to see when they download the prayer guide. Okay. So when you get that set up, you're going to redirect them after. They don't really need to see anything here because they've already taken the action. Now, you can obviously say, oh, hey, if you love our prayer guide, then you can also come over and check out our XYZ. So you can put another call to action here, but this is, I mean, sometimes thank you pages just say thank you. I mean, it's nice to have extra design, but this doesn't have to be fancy. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So the process is they will go to, where's your account? Here we go. They will, yeah, I think maybe I haven't explained this well enough here. So let's say they go to the birthday prayer, right? So they search online, happy birthday prayer. They see the ad. And if I click on this ad, it'll actually take me to your website. Okay. So they see the ad on Google, they click it. And then on this page, you're going to have get your free prayer guide, right? So when I fill this out, let's just say I fill this out, Reddit, clickmill.co, and I want to download that looks really good, by the way, Pastor.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm going to submit the application here. Okay. Now I have been, okay, so what needs to happen is this ebook should not show up this way. What should happen is we should have the form redirect to this page saying download your prayer guide here, and then there'll be a download button because they have to hit this page before they download because we can't track this page, right? So we can still give them access, but they have to hit the thank you page if we're going to track conversions.
Okay.
Does that make more sense?
Yeah, it does.
So we'll set this up on your side during this call, and we'll get this set up so you know how to set this up for all your other conversions, but it's going to be the same path, okay?
Okay.
For whatever reason, we can't track these PDF pages, okay? Even though it's at your site. All right, so we'll get that set up, but the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over to, where are we at? I'm going to come back over to Google Ads, and I'm going to bring in that thank you page, okay? And so I'm going to go to Tools and Settings, Conversions. I don't want an action set. Just where'd they go? 1 second.
Okay.
Well, where did my normal conversions go? There we go. Do all conversion actions. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to add a conversions. I'm going to click the plus, and I'm going to import from Google Ads. Now, again, you can import conversions from like 1,000 places, but Google Analytics, excuse me, is where we're at. Now, in the last call, we already checked to make sure your account was linked. This is unusual. Oh, here, let me try one more thing. And all enabled, all but removed. Okay, well, we don't have any conversions here. So where are our conversions? Continue. Okay, so let's check our account and make sure that it is linked to our which should be. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, we did this last time, 7586. And we're gonna double check. Yeah, 7586. Okay, so this is linked. So we should see a prayer guide thank you page coming up in the conversions, which it is not. You can see why digital marketing takes so long, Pastor. There's always, this is normal. There's always 100 issues that pop up. You just gotta work through. Okay, these are goals.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, for starters, we can refresh the page. That's something that holds it up once in a while. And we'll go back here. Wait for it to load. Okay. That's good. Conversion. Let's try this one more time. Add a conversion. We've imported 0 goals. Okay, well, this is, and I said this last time, my goodness, I'm sounding like a Google representative at this point. Sometimes it takes 24 hours to have those propagate and then to pull them in. So what I'm going to do after we get off this call tomorrow, I'll hop in here and I'll see if I can see it and pull it in, but it's all set up correctly now. So that shouldn't be an issue.
Okay.
And we can even try it toward the end of the call if they show up. So anyway, so what we can do at this point is we can kind of get if you want to pull up your website, we can set up all these redirects to go in the proper direction, okay? And while you're setting up, I'll stop sharing my screen. You can share your screen, and I'll talk you through what link to put where, okay?
Okay.
And then I'm going to give you a cool little trick or hack or something
Okay.
with that downloadable form, okay?
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
All right. So I am going to share my screen. Stop sharing. Okay. So you're welcome to share your screen.
Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. Just a minute.
Okay. So pull up the form that lets them download the prayer guide.
You mean from the back end?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. The prayer guide.
Yep, the 7-day prayer guide.
This is the form.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. You want to change the settings of the redirect, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Email.
There's the redirect, okay? Yep. Okay, and so what we're going to do, I want you to copy this link because you want to keep this. There you go. And then remove it. Actually, don't remove it all the way back. Yeah, you can paste it somewhere if you need.
Okay.
Sure. So then what I want you to do is I want you to delete this all the way back to joyandharvest.com/. So get rid of the ebook all the way back to the ebooks. And then type prayer-guide-ty. Okay. Now I want you to copy the whole link. We want to check and make sure this works so we don't have a problem with this later. So copy this, open a new tab, and drop it in and make sure it takes you to the thank you page. Okay, so that worked. And now, so save this, we're finished here. And yeah, publish that. Okay, now go over to the thank you page. Also, yeah, that's not the thank you page. And are you able to create a button?
Yeah, I can create a button.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, let me wait. Let me see what you want to do. Okay, let me first go to the thank you page. Page. Okay. Let me see which one is the prayer guide.
You click quick edit. Yeah, that's prayer guide, but not prayer guide. Thank you.
It's not. It's not. Cancel.
Might be the top one.
Yeah.
I believe we actually made the page titled Prayer Guide. Thank you, TY.
Okay. Okay, let me prayer guide, JKLMN OP. I'm coming.
Might be on the next page now. There,
Okay.
that looks like that might be it.
Okay. Okay.
Hanging in there?
Yeah. Yes, please. Yeah.
Good. Okay,
Yeah.
so if you want to edit with whatever editor you use.
Okay. Yeah, I'm okay here. What do you want me to do?
How I don't know how you edit these pages. It looks like you've got Beaver Builder and Edit with Elementor. So I don't know which builder you use, but we'll just want to create a button.
I can just add a block.
Okay, then add if you can do a button. Yes, so we're not going to want a form. We just want a button.
Okay. Just a button. Okay. Let me I'm coming. Block. Is there a button in Elementor? Let me see.
If you can use Elementor, you definitely can do buttons. I just don't know what your site's built on. I don't want to create any issues. There you go. Okay, so what you're going to do there is you're going to click on that button and you're going to put the link. See the link on the left side?
Yeah, I know that, but you remember I think one of the sessions I had with you, and you told me to kind of like look at the ClickMill web page as an example,
right?
To also try and minimize the journey of the user. I don't know whether it's from your video or from.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You want to make it as short and simple as possible.
Short, yeah. So for me, I'm using myself as clicking twice. Okay, download your ebook here. If the person fills the form, then it comes here, download here. I would already be frustrated.
Yes,
That's for me.
Yes, and it is one extra step. However, there is not an obvious way right now to track the previous page. So if you're going to optimize the process, if you're going to even know what the user likes and doesn't like, you have to have conversion tracking set up. And this is the way that it's got to be done. So we are adding in one extra click, which isn't ideal, but on your end, it's going to be very beneficial. So there's not really any way around it if you want the data that's going to help you refine your website. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
We're not able to track the PDF page. And if we could just track that page as the conversion. But for whatever reason, it will not allow us to do that. So we have to track the thank you page. So we got to have them hit the thank you page. And then once they're here, we track the conversion and then they can just click the button to download. Okay.
Okay. Let me do that.
I do hear you, and that is an excellent point, Pastor. You're exactly right. Sometimes there's a balance we've got to hit.
Okay.
There you go.
What's this thing now? Content. Sorry. Is this size okay?
That looks fine, Yeah, and I would change the color of the button to whatever you have decided that your kind of action color on the website is.
Okay, it's like yellow. Okay, let's do that. Buttons.
And I'm just looking over here. I'm looking into something while you're doing that, okay?
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, if you're going to do that bright green, I would suggest black text.
Yes, that's what I'm doing now.
Okay. That's 6 zeros, I believe. Do you have 6 there? I think that's 5.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Hoover.
And you've got the link in.
The Hoover text. Text color. Text color. Where is the?
Was there something you were trying to do?
Yes, the button color for the Hoover. I'm doing the text color now, but the button color.
Oh, the actual button color. Go
Yes.
back to content, I believe.
For the when I hover over it.
Oh, when you hover over the button, you want the button to change color. Go to style.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna go. Sorry, I have my face in the way here. Scroll down, maybe. Let's see. No, yeah, hover right there. It says text shadow. Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
And then
color. Yeah. Okay.
hover color.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just put it at. Okay. So that's
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. And you have the link in there, correct? You put the.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So let's go ahead and update that.
Okay.
Okay. So here is what we're going to do here. Now we may tweak this a little bit more. I'm going to share my screen with you now, if that's okay.
Okay. Just a minute. Let me get rid of this.
Okay. Yep.
This the sidebar.
Sure.
Let me just get rid of it.
And now let me ask you a question while you do that. Do you have a Google Drive account?
Google Drive. Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I think I've done it.
Okay. There it is. And now the title isn't showing up, which isn't a big deal because the main thing is that they have the access to download. And you can go in and you can make this fancier later. We want the functionality right now.
Okay.
So yeah. So let me share my screen. So let's do this. Now I'm going to share this. Can you see Google Ads here?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. So what we want to do right now, all right, and I'm going to show you something here. Well, first, let's go and let's try this. Let's make sure that this is functioning. Sorry, back, back. Oh, okay. Now, here is our 7-day prayer guide. All right. Now, at some point, we do want to make that a banner, one of these things, a banner on specific pages, or you see what I'm saying, instead of just having it as like a blog or something on your birthday prayer page, something like that. You'll want to have that as an option to download. But either way, so here's our prayer guide. So we're going to go to the prayer guide page. Here is the download. Okay. So now one thing we want to be watching. We're going to double check this. Oh, speaking of which, prayer guide now, you do, oh, that's over. Excuse me. Okay, so we're watching our conversions here. And we're going to be on the website over here. Where did it go? There we go. Okay, prayer guide. So I'm clicking on the 7-day prayer guide. Got that. All right. And I'm going to try this again. Now, what we should see is we should see this prayer guide. Thank you. Light up. And again, we're in Google Analytics and we're under real-time conversion. So we want to make sure that conversion is still working. We changed a couple things. It shouldn't have affected it at all. Okay. Now we've automatically redirected to that thank you page. Now, Pastor.
Okay.
I do see that the conversion is working. So that's good. Problem is, I don't see your button anywhere. I see like the text is kind of smashed up there. So maybe we edited the wrong thank you page. Maybe you didn't update it. Those are a couple
prayer
things.
Guide TY. Okay, can I go back there?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, let me just let me go back there. Prayer Guide TY element exit dashboard. I'm coming. Yep, I think.
And if you usually use Beaver Builder, then maybe the editing it with Elementor had some kind of issue. If you usually edit, I don't know, usually people don't have 2-page editors, so I don't know if something like that may be causing an issue.
Oh, PDF 6. I don't know how that 6 entered it. I'm coming, let me see. Your prayer. Okay, update. Okay, then okay. Just a minute.
You're fine. I'm looking at some stuff on this end as well.
Okay. Visibility. Featuring me. Cloud from a parent page. Thank you, P. Okay, update. Could you refresh, please?
Yes. Go back to that page over here. Okay, I am refreshing that page now. See how it looks. Okay, so now I'm kind of missing the page.
You are missing the page altogether?
Well, can you see my screen?
No. Let me. Yeah.
Oh, I do. Okay, so I can't actually see that button there. Okay, so I'm going to click the button here. Yeah, that I think the page is going to need some work on mobile. Just in terms of design, because you'll notice when I make it smaller, the button kind of disappears in here. Okay.
Okay.
So just kind of web design stuff you'll have to play with. Now, okay, so I'm going to click this and see what happens. Great. That's exactly what we need. Now we're going to do one more tweak, and I'm going to show you something really neat. Now, where is this uploaded? This is uploaded in your website. Is that correct?
Yes, in the back end, in the website, in the server website. Yep.
Okay, we're going to do something a little bit different. So what we're going to do, because what you said, right, we want to take out as many steps for the user as possible, because now they come here and then they've got to figure out how to download over here, which is another step. Okay. So in one sense, this isn't a big deal because they already gave you their information, and really that's the goal, so you can follow up with them. But we still do want to make it as easy for them as possible. And so this does, this page adds another step. So if they could just click this button and it would just download automatically, that would be ideal. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to show you how to do this with Google Drive because I don't know what software you're using or how it works. If you can figure this out in your software, you're welcome to use that in the future. But if you would like to pull up your Google Drive account, and let's maybe start with that, and you can share your screen as well.
Okay, my personal Google Drive account, or
whichever one you want to use. It won't make any difference.
Okay, let me just where is it now? My screen share. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Let me just.
There you go, Drive. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to click New, top left, and then I want you to say File Upload, and then I want you to select that 7-day prayer guide ebook, wherever you have that stashed away.
Okay. Like you said, it's kind of like scattered. Yes, I gotta look for it. I don't know where it is now. Okay, I'll get it. Let me just.
Yeah. Got a little time here.
This is it. This is it.
So you got it?
Yep.
Okay, give me 1 second here. There we go. Okay. That's a picture. So we actually want the, oh, I see that you've highlighted the book. Okay, so go ahead and open that. Okay, so it's going to be uploading in the bottom right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want you to click on it. Open that up. Now in the top upper, yeah, let's open with Google Docs. We'll do. This is a PDF. Well, this. Yeah, that's not right. Let's. I don't think that's gonna work right because you had this as a PDF, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's exit this. Yeah, just that one window, and let's go back to Google Drive. Click on the 3 buttons in the upper right-hand corner. See what happens there. Share. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and click share. Okay, and then we're going to come down to, at the bottom, it says change to anyone with link. Blue text at the very bottom, left side.
Copy link or this?
Yep, change to anyone with link. There you go. Now what we're going to do is anyone with link, and then click on the viewer there on the right side.
Viewer on the right side.
Viewer this? And a little download arrow or a little down arrow. Nope, up higher right there.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Click down on that. Comment or editor. Okay, so we're going to leave it as viewer. We don't want people to comment and we don't want people to edit. So anyone with the link we're creating can view this document. Okay, and that's really important because Otherwise, people can't see this. Okay, so we're gonna click out of that. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to copy the whole link, copy link, and then click done. Okay, now I want you to go to a notepad, and I'm going to show you a cool trick. Okay, and paste that link into the notepad. Okay, now I am going to send you a link in the chat right now.
Okay.
So that you're able to have access to this. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see here. Okay. Chat. There you go. Okay. So this is the link, and you are welcome to pull this up here for a moment, and I will walk you through what we're going to try to do. Yeah, so if you go to your Zoom, you'll be able to see that.
I don't know if, oh, I should click the link from the chat.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I sent you a link in the chat.
I was trying to copy it.
That's okay, no problem. We got a lot going on here.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So this is just kind of the extra little fancy stuff. This isn't 100% required, okay? But I think it's worth it. So if you scroll down, so this is how to create a direct download link. So when they click the button, it's automatically going to download it into their browser bar, okay?
Okay.
So there's a lot of mumbo jumbo in here. I'm going to give you the fast version. If you just want to scroll down a little bit more, okay? So keep going, one more right here, stop. Yep, and so you see the first, you need to look at the ID number of the file. In this example, the ID number is in red. And then you see that first red line of text there?
This?
Yep, you see the red writing on the top one, right?
Yeah.
So notice here, this is https://drive.google.com. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the link of a Google Drive file. And you'll see that it says file/d/ and then a big long chain of nonsense, and then it goes /view. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We want to go into that link that you just copied, and we want to get what's between the D and the view. Okay, we want to copy that. There you go. So there's, yep. And we're not going to take the / after the D. Yep. And we're not going to take the / at the end of the L. That's it. That's the file ID. So you're going to copy that, and you're just going to go down 2 lines and paste it. Okay. Now go back to the document there. Okay. And I want you to copy that second link. Okay. Now this link, see it says and export download at the end. This is telling their browser to automatically download the file instead of opening it. Okay. So we're going to take this, copy this into your notepad. There you go. And then in the place of equals our file ID, you're going to delete that and then, yep, paste in. Yeah, and we want to be very careful here because we don't want to leave spaces in the wrong places. So go ahead and paste in your number there. Okay, now one thing I do want to point out is you'll notice before the number 1 there at the beginning of the file ID, can you see that? There looks to be 1 or 2 spaces. Let's count those real quick.
Okay.
This is something that's just 1 space.
Yeah.
Okay, let's double check on the document. It does appear that there's a space, which is pretty uncommon for links. And you've got 1 space afterwards.
Yeah, just like it's appearing. Okay, let me just copy this guy.
Well, I think you have it right, but it's just unusual because there shouldn't be spaces in there. That doesn't look right. See, after the ID, it's ID space and there. Are you able to see that as well?
Yeah, I think probably maybe this is just for sake of lesson.
Yeah.
Maybe there's not supposed to be any space.
Right. So let's try it the way it is. I really don't think that's going to work. And then we'll take out the spaces and try it again when it doesn't. Just do it the way they suggest first.
Okay.
Copy that. So this should just download the file directly into the little downloads thing at the bottom of your browser. So go ahead and open a new tab and paste that.
To where?
A new tab in Google. Yeah, there you go. And just paste it into the browser bar. Doubt this works. Okay, so that, yeah, that doesn't work. So let's go back to your link and let's just remove those two spaces and see if that works. One more. Here you go. Perfect. Okay, that looks great. And then let's try it again. There it is.
Yep.
So there's your prayer guide auto downloaded. So copy that link.
Okay. Sorry, let me go to this way.
There you go. Okay, and then yeah, copy the whole thing, and you can. There we go.
Okay.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to that button, and you're going to put that link in the button. So when they click that button, they don't have to go to another page and figure out how to download. It's just going to download for them.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's kind of a fun trick, right?
Mm-hmm. It's cool. Yeah, let me go. Where is it now?
Yeah, we want to leave the redirect so you want to edit prayer guide thank you page. Okay. Okay, yeah, and update that. Okay, and then I will go and I will give this another try and see if it works all the way through. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to share my screen, and you're welcome to watch this.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go to home at Joy and Harvest. Okay, so here we are. We're at your website. Someone clicks on the 7-day prayer guide. Here we are. And I go in and I add my name and email. And again, when I know this seems like repetitive, but
no, it's okay.
We always want to make sure that the conversion is tracking every time.
Okay.
I mean, as you've seen, interesting people are in the prayer guide right now. As you've seen, like there's a lot of issues that can come up as you tweak things and edit things. So we want to make sure that this conversion registers every single time it works. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and process it. We should see this light up with a 1. Moment. There it is. Okay, so that still worked. Good.
Yep.
So we are tracking the conversion, and when I click here, it should download directly into the bottom of the browser. Okay, so that did not function properly. This actually still sent me over to.
You did okay. Did you refresh this?
Yeah, I came into it fresh. Let me check the link. It is saying that the link down here. Oh, okay, it did. It just updated. So we'll try again. We're going to, there it is. So I did, it worked. Okay, so now what I am going to do, Pastor, since it didn't work the first time through, I want to make sure that it actually
make sure that it's working. Yeah.
So we're just going to keep doing this until it works.
Yeah. Okay.
And all the kinks, because we don't want to hope it works when people show up to your website. We want to make sure it works, and there it is.
Yeah. That's great.
Yep. So now you can add a title to that. You can add other calls to action. You can make that button a little bigger if you want, so that you can see it really clearly. But now the whole system is set up that you get that prayer guide and you're tracking conversions. Now the only thing left, and I may have solved this while you were working, is getting that conversion into Google Ads. Okay. So let's go to tools and settings. We're going to try this again. I changed a setting on the Google Analytics side. It may not have been linked properly. Fingers crossed. Okay, so it's still not showing up. So I will come back in here tomorrow and figure out how to get that conversion. Okay. Not exactly sure why it's not showing up. It should be. We're not using any unusual programs. This all should be pretty straightforward.
I would appreciate you let me know what you did.
Yes, I'll send you a video. I'll send you a little Loom video on exactly how I fixed it. Okay.
Okay, all right. And I'm actually expecting the video of our class. It's really, it will
I
help
know
me
you
a lot.
are. I know you are. I'm gonna get it to you as
Seriously.
soon as I can.
Even if it's the raw,
The raw.
since yes, for me, since I'm the student, and my PII it's not, I'm not spying on my personal identifiable
Of course.
information.
Maybe
So
I
the
can
raw,
see. Maybe I can see if I can upload it to Google Drive and give you a link
please, it will help me a
for
lot
a short amount
because
of time. Okay. Let me see if
yes,
that'll
yes, it will
work.
help.
Okay.
It will really, really help me a lot.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. So wonderful, Leah. Let me do that. I will actually see if I can upload those today. Now, we've got probably 20 gigs of video at this point. So it
No
may
problem.
take, I don't know, who knows, until tomorrow till I can get you those links. Let me just see if I've got that much room. It's also possible that we've got to do them one at a time. I'll upload one, let you go, and then you can download it.
Okay.
But okay, so just a brief kind of recap here and make sure that you kind of understand the whole process, okay?
All right.
So we created campaigns based on our keyword research. So we used SEMrush, the tool, which I don't know where that went. Hold on. So we used this tool. Now there are other tools, but we used our keyword research tool, keyword magic tool here. Okay. And we did our keyword research. And based on that, we created keyword targeted.
Bless you.
Thank you. Ad groups, all of these. And we also created our local ad groups as well. Okay. So we did that. We wrote the ads, we put in the keywords, and the keywords are targeted with the phrase match and exact match and broad match, and we discussed that a little bit. And then we have been on your website side, optimizing your website and creating lead magnets. And you have been creating, and I'm sure you will continue to create, pages that target the keyword birthday prayer or best Christian books, something like that. And so you'll have these landing pages and the ads. As you continue to build that, you'll come into the ads, birthday prayer, and you'll come into the ads and you'll edit the ad and you'll put in the proper link that you have created, which this one has birthday prayer. Okay. And then on those pages, you're going to have your download your free seven-day prayer guide, okay, to call them to further action. So every page has a call to action. Now, in our last call, we talked about you, and again, all of this is the same thing. You've got Bible study, Black churches in Houston, Black church near me, church near me. So we talked about 3 landing pages. One is church near me, which will basically take care of all of them. And then you'll have a Bible study landing page that you will create. And you will have a premarital counseling page that you will create. Yes. So when you have those 3, you're going to put the links in there. Okay. And you'll have a sign up button or whatever the action is that you want to call them. And you're going to set up the conversion tracking just like we've set it up today.
All right.
Okay. And then one more brief recap here. Let's see. With the conversions, where did we go? I lost the website.
The church website?
Yep. Join and harvest. There we go. So we want to do some specific things. So we want to have a call to action, ideally at the bottom of the landing pages, instead of ways to give. This whole section here will be a big banner that will say, download your free 7-day prayer guide, right? So either way, on your landing pages, it doesn't necessarily have to be like that on your homepage, but I'll show you an example here. So ClickMill. So I want people on ClickMill to sign up. They're loading still. Anyway, so we've got our ebook here at the bottom. There's the picture of the ebook. And so sign up. And this is at the bottom of every single page on the website. So you kind of have it right now as a blog, and this doesn't really grab as much attention because there's 5 more of them.
Okay, so the professional suggestion is that place where the giving is, it should be replaced with the like this. Okay.
Yes. And now if you, because again, giving takes a lot more trust in the website than getting something free does, right? I'm
Okay.
much more willing to give you my name and email than I
Mm-hmm.
am to give you my credit card. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
download the ebook first, or I'll download your ebook first.
Mm-hmm.
And in that ebook, I'm building a relationship with you. Like you feel like you understand what
Yes.
we teach at ClickMill better after you read our book, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So then you're more likely at that point to give. So in the book, you can include ways to give, or maybe even a next step. Hey, if you want to join our prayer, event, our live prayer events where we teach you how to pray live, well, you fill that up with like 100 people, and which you could do off of a Google grant, and you get them signing up. You do a live prayer event, and in that live prayer event, you say, hey, if this has changed your life, consider giving so that we can continue this ministry and
Okay.
pouring into it. You see what I'm saying? That trust has
Yes.
to be there before you give.
Yeah, before you just go forward, I want to just request. I will do my best,
Mhm.
because I get inspired with I mean, a couple of ideas that you bring, and I
Mhm.
believe uh, they they um, they are really what's on my mind, but you put them clearly.
Mhm.
So please, like that example of gathering about 100 people all over the world, to do, I mean, kind of a lesson for prayers. I will work on it, and I will please just request that you help me take a overlook on whatever I want to present before I
Yeah,
present it. Okay.
of course. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. When you get something put together, you're
Yeah.
welcome to just,
Mm.
message me and say, hey, can you look this over?
Okay.
And if it
Okay.
takes if it doesn't take hours and hours, it's no big deal. And I'll give you my thoughts. I'll send you a little video saying, hey, maybe you
I
should
really appreciate
change
that.
this.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank
Yeah, well, and absolutely. And I mean, really our focus at ClickMill is to help you reach more people more effectively. That's the whole ministry. So,
you. Yeah. Yeah.
um, yeah, absolutely. So, okay. So having a banner at the
Yes.
bottom of every page where you give that lead magnet, or attracting people to sign up. And once you have that at the bottom of every page with the brightest thing on the page, you're going to see more people in your analytics account. You're going to see that go from like a 1% conversion rate to a 3%, 4%, just because they realize, oh, this is the thing I'm supposed to do. Okay.
Do you want me to do that right away, or we should continue with the class?
I tell you what, let me finish doing the review, and then if you want, you can try to do that. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
And we can put the rest of the time trying to do that.
Okay.
So, okay, so then the conversion process, okay, because what we want to know in Google Ads is we want to know, like, this data is really good, but we don't have any conversions in here. If
Oh,
you have conversions, you can look at the data and say, well, is the birthday prayer bringing in more emails, or is the birthday for a friend campaign bringing in more emails? Okay.
but there's a way I know that already.
Okay. Yes, true. But this is just going to overlay it onto your Google ads. And
Okay. Yeah.
because if,
Yeah.
because you do, I know you can see like, oh, they came from this page in analytics, or you're getting emails saying so-and-so downloaded the book, but you've got to like crunch all these numbers and do all this math.
Yeah.
It's a lot
That's true.
easier
That's
if you
true.
just
That's
see a yellow line on here.
yeah.
Anyway, so then what you can do is you can say, oh, birthday prayer for a friend costs, maybe $1,000 to get one ebook download, but birthday prayer page and advertising group here, well, this costs $4 to get a download. Well,
Okay.
you're going to turn off the $1,000 a download, leave on the $4 a download, because why would you pay $1,000 for a download? Okay? And so that gives you the ability to optimize. So that's why we want to have those conversions set up and pulled into Google, which again, I will come back in and I will look at and see what's going on. Now, the setup of that conversion is they come to the page, they put in their name and email into a form. So this is what we call behind a paywall or a download, a sign up wall. So they're going to process the download. They come to the page. This is the thank you page, and you can make this look nicer.
Yep.
And this is the page that is tracked in your Google Analytics. So you remember we went in and we set up the
Yes.
goal or the conversion. Okay. and then they get access to the ebook. And you did mention, you said, well, that adds a step. You're right, it does add a step, but if you can't track it, you don't have the data, and the data is very, very important for you to be able to optimize and refine the systems moving forward. Okay. So, and then they click, and we have set it up in a really nice way where they can download. Now you have the link to that article in your chat. I would suggest you grab that. So if you want to set this system up again for other pages or other ebooks or whatever, then you can remake the link.
I will. The chart is difficult to copy. If you could help me with, maybe send an email.
Yeah, let me send this to you in the email. I'll do it right now.
Yes. I don't know why Zoom chat cannot be copied.
Okay, so link, I'm just gonna say link editing, link download, link auto download.
Okay. Google Drive.
There. Okay. Yeah. So I've just sent that over to you. That one just there. Okay. So you feel like you have a fairly decent understanding of the full marketing funnel process there.
All right.
Do you feel comfortable with that?
Oh, fairly? Yes, I feel really very comfortable, because I've been spending quite a few times trying to see how I can optimize the page, and with your what from time to time during our class, what you also share with me builds the confidence more and more. So I believe if I go through the whole lesson again, maybe about 1 or 2 more times, I should be on a very good footing.
Yeah, I have no doubt you'll pick up more of the details when you go through again. So that'll be great. Let me get that uploaded and see if I can't upload that to Google Ads, and Google Drive, and I'll see if I can send you some links here shortly. So yeah, why don't we go ahead and use the rest of the time today to try to get maybe one of these downloads at the bottom of your website.
Okay.
So I think the prayer guide is the most obvious, in my opinion, as to what that means. So I think that's probably the go-to. The art of meditation, I think, is good, but I think your average Christian, I think that the word meditation might be
scary.
Scary. Yeah. So I would go with 7-Day Prayer Guide, because we don't want to increase any anxiety unnecessarily.
Yes. Let me share my screen now.
Yes. Oh yes, please do.
Okay, let me share my screen now. I just want to take you to the back end, and let me close this. From what I checked the prayer using the keyword on prayers, using the Lord's Prayer to be particular, had a lot of what's it called? A lot of search volume. And from the submissions, it is the book, the prayer guide book has the highest number of submission. Let me first remove all the one we used to test. Oh gosh, move the trash. That's bread. Apply. So we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Nice.
So we already have about 20 downloads.
Again, this is before all of the optimizations. I mean, I know you've done a little bit, but getting this set up as a pre-footer is going to make it more obvious.
More obvious. Okay. So,
yeah, especially if it's on every page of your website, they're not going to be able
okay.
to.
Okay. So I'm going to the page now. I'm going to the home page. That place, what was that place now that is talking about the giving? No, it's not going to work. Sorry.
Okay.
This website is interesting. The editing, let me see, join others. I just want to see. Okay, this is before the footer, ways to give. Okay, I think it's not in the, I think it's in the widgets.
Okay.
Let me
Yeah,
check.
I would tell you, but I'm not exactly sure which one you have your site set up on. So I'm gonna let you navigate this
Widgets. So homepage lead, homepage bottom. Yes, this is it.
Perfect.
So homepage bottom,
Okay.
ways to give.
Wow. Did you code that?
Yes, but
Oh, you know HTML. Wow. Yeah.
so I don't know. I think um
Yeah. So basically, what you want this to be is you just want this to be, sign up right now and get enter your name and email and get your free 7-day prayer guide, or
okay.
sign up below and download your free 7-day prayer
Okay, what's gonna happen is since it's the widget and I can't directly use
guide.
the Elementor to do it. It would take me some time
Okay.
because it will involve some coding.
Okay.
So maybe I'll just skip that and let me go and do the button and put maybe something up to make it more legible.
Okay.
Where's the 7? There's prayer guide. Page 2. Okay. Edit. Really don't know where the
Yeah, you'll want to put in a text heading. Yep. Yeah, our site is built with Elementor, so I'm really familiar with that. I've used User Builder,
okay.
but I wouldn't call myself any kind of expert there.
Neither would I.
Mm-hmm.
It's just easy. Thank you. Is it for the download or for downloading the ebook? Thank you for.
Yeah, I would just say, I wouldn't even say thank you. I would just say, click the button below to download.
Okay.
So
Click.
just give them some clear instruction. It is a thank you page, but
Okay.
yeah.
Click the button below. But okay, that means I will have to change submit and download. That other one, I will have to
Yeah,
change it.
I would say I would put that button, because we talked about this last time. So it would say get my ebook,
Get
right?
my ebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that
Get
would be,
my
I would
ebook.
also change this blue text to black also.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
there you go.
Okay. Click the button below. To
Yeah,
download, or just click the button below.
I would say to download.
Okay. To download.
Great.
So did I say click here or if this is okay?
Click here. Yeah, that's fine. Sure.
Yeah, let me just maybe increase the size. Icon size.
And you should also be able to change the text size. So if you go to style,
Okay.
And then it should say typography.
Yep.
Right there. And then you should be able to change the text size as well. Kind of match the button. Oh, wow. There you go.
Is that not too big?
It's fine. It's very noticeable. You know? Yeah.
No, because sometimes because of the, let me see, because we want it to be responsive also, to be, okay. So, okay. You see, it has moved it to, it has brought it down. I would have loved it on one line.
Yeah.
On a single line. So let me change it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just.
The web design is, not my area of expertise. We've got.
I understand.
So I gotta dip out on this one.
I understand. Let me just do this. Where's the size again for this guy again? Icon space and size.
No, you're right. It's under content and size. Go back to your content button, and then there's size.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me just put the small there. And let me check the responsive mode. Click here to down. Why is it still? Okay. I mean,
it's not the button, it's the text size that's getting.
Is it text size? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And personally, I mean, I don't think it's a huge deal if you've got 2 lines on the button. It always looks a little better if it's, one line, but it's not a big
deal. Okay, let me just leave it like this then.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, it's noticeable and they know to click on it. So if they don't click on it, then they don't want the ebook.
Okay, so let me just for the sake of spacer.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's see this guy. Thank you. I've forgotten what it was. That's prayer guide. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, in the future, if you want, you can always go in there, Pastor, and think about like who's your audience, who is most likely to engage with you, right? Well, it's the people who've already taken action, right?
Okay.
They've already raised their hand and said, "Hey, I want a prayer guide. I love this."
Okay.
So on a thank you page is the perfect place to say, click here to download, and they download it and it downloads. And then underneath it says, see our other books, see our courses, see our live events.
Okay, you mean right under here, this space?
Yeah, exactly. Right. And again, that's not something you have to do right now. If that's what you want to, we've got 40 minutes left here. If that's what you want to spend the time on, we can.
No.
Yep.
I can do that at my leisure.
Yeah. And so that's just a suggestion. And again, that increases, that's one of those 1% gains that increases the rate at which people are taking action on your site. You've already got them. They're probably interested in something else. So, yeah, so that's interesting. What other questions or thoughts do you have just for the time left? And it can be on anything. It can be on the Google grant or anything website stuff.
Okay, thank you. Well, I think this is rather personal. I don't know whether you want it off record or not. Yeah, I checked some times ago, I think during the earlier classes, and I saw that you really had some very good success with Udemy, some of your courses there. And from what I read in the, was it one of your free, or is it the free ebook or from the digital
I
download
think
book?
it's probably from the Amazon ebook we talked about, the courses. Yes.
Okay. Now, what you said something about you had some, is it a kind of teaching session with, is it some youth about something about, is it the Christian life, or I've forgotten the topic.
Yeah, let me show you here. I'll share my screen
Okay.
with you so you kind of
Okay.
know what
Okay.
that is.
Okay.
Can you see my screen okay here?
Yes, I can see your screen. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna open it. I believe this is what you're talking about, udemy.com.
Okay.
And let me see here. I come over here and I go to Bible study. Let's
Okay.
see. Here we go. Yeah. So this right here is a Bible study. Bible
Yes,
study,
yes, yes,
accepting
yes.
your
That's
identity in Christ.
exactly accepting your identity. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
the best-selling Bible study on Udemy. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
So, okay.
uh
I'm listening, please. I'm listening.
well, was there anything specific you wanted to ask about it?
Yeah, because from what inspired me from what you said, I don't know whether it's that you searched about it, or it was what the student, you found out that not many people
Right.
actually understand or know about accept. I don't know which is which, whether it is from finding out that people don't really I mean, no, that so many people wanted the kind of acceptance you got about the class. You saw so many people wanting to learn about accepting their identity,
Yeah.
or was it from the fact that you searched keywords and found out that, oh,
Right.
so I don't know exactly how that is, because this
Yeah.
is some of the things, what you are doing
Yeah.
is some of the things I want to do to also as like a tent making for my ministry,
Absolutely. Yeah,
yeah.
let me jump in because yeah, so what you're talking about is you're talking about digital ministry. And one of the
Yeah.
things that I love about digital ministry, and again, I went to school to be a youth pastor, so I did 4 years of ministry school
Okay.
and for youth ministry. And
Okay.
there's a level of personal relationship that you can't create online. I mean, obviously, I'm not sitting in the same room as people. However, online, there is a level of scale you can accomplish that you can never accomplish in a church building. You just can't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Even the biggest mega churches, you can reach more people on the internet.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
how do you choose what to do? And this is something that I talk with pastors about frequently. And there's some degree of discomfort because the ideas that I'm talking to you about are a bit more analytical and a bit more, I don't know, businessy. The way pastors and the way I was trained in ministry school is, you pray and you get a feeling from God as to what you should talk about, and that's what you should talk about. And that's not wrong. I absolutely think that we should be seeking guidance from the Spirit and being led by
Yeah.
God. Now, the
Yeah.
question is, how do we decide? In addition to that, how do we decide what to put online? Because as I've shown you and as we've talked about, churches and I talk about in depth in the book, churches aren't competitive online. Their websites are largely, and not to be disrespectful, but largely laughable. And I've worked in industries like wedding venues and contractors and music and therapists. My wife is a biblical marriage and she's got her master's in biblical marriage and family therapy. And their websites are excellent. They're tracking conversions. They're using Google Ads. They're making a profit. And now they have all this extra money from the profit to continue to expand, which the church does not do. And so
Wow, I wouldn't mind learning some things from your wife too, if I can have their website.
well, she does a lot of ghostwriting for New York-based therapy firms, but maybe I could send you some links of some of her writing.
Okay,
That's
I
something you're
wouldn't mind.
interested to.
Yeah.
We haven't quite gotten her set up with her own ministry, but that's
Oh,
something we've been talking
okay.
about. So
Okay. Okay.
anyway, yeah, she does a lot of the web design on our end as well. So she really
Okay.
loves the artistic side of the digital marketing as well. But anyway, so that said, how do we actually make an impact? Okay. And so this is a bit more businessy. And what you have to do is you have to do two things right? And the first is you have to find what you're passionate about and what you're convicted about, right? So what is the Spirit telling you? Okay. Now, what is the thing that you want to teach? And then you have to also at the same time say, what do people want? Because in my own life, in my own life, I feel passionate and I feel that the Holy Spirit, and God, has me excited about a lot of things. They have me excited about digital marketing and digital and ministry and teaching pastors how to do this. I'm also really passionate about discipleship and doing Bible studies. Now, which one of those do people want more of? Well, I can sell this course, but it's still not a huge market, at least on Udemy. Now, I may be able to go and do that, but I feel ultimately led to teaching pastors. And really, honestly, pastors are able to purchase and do this kind of thing more than, this is $21 and I get a cut of that. So, I'm not making a living off this course. I just did it because I love it. Well, that's not sustainable. If all I'm doing is making courses like this, then, so what I need to do is I need to say, where's God leading me? What do I love? And what do people actually want and what's profitable? And whatever falls with both of those, that's what you decide to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so, it does. Yeah.
And I think that that's difficult because when we're talking about keyword research, a lot of times ministry leaders will say, well, I don't want to decide what I preach on based on keywords, but that's not exactly what we're saying. What we're saying is with the keywords, it's what do you already want to preach on? And then just do it in a way so that you reach people looking for it, right? If you want to, and I think we looked at this, like if you want to preach and you feel led to preach on free will in the Bible, I don't know, like this is just something that a pastor actually asked me one time. So, he titled it Free Agency in the Bible, right? Yeah, and this is also in the book because I think it's just such a great example. And there are 0 searches for this in the United States. So if you title your sermon that, nobody will ever find you. Well, okay, you feel convicted to preach on that. Well, why don't just do a little keyword research? And well, what we find is that free will in the Bible is searched close to 3,000 times a month. Why not just title it that way? And now you're talking about what you love, you're doing what you feel God is leading you to do, and you're doing it in such a way that you're showing up to people who actually want it. And that's the second part of the problem. Pastors are not showing up to people who want it.
Yeah, I don't have absolutely any hang up at all. About the keyword, using keywords research. I don't have any hang up about it.
Yeah, and I'm speaking broadly. I'm not talking specifically about you. I'm just telling you the trend. And I've talked with hundreds and hundreds of pastors working here at ClickMill, and that's a general theme that I see. But you're right. I don't think that you have an issue with it. It's just the reason why at large it's not working. I will show you as well, and I think that this is a lesson that I have been learning more and more here. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me pull something up and I'll show it to you. So this is going into market research. Let me see. Okay, so here we go. So again, if I were going to make Bible studies or I wanted to make biblical content, my next question wouldn't be to say, well, I'll just make whatever I feel like. It's what does my audience want? What do people actually want? This is the back end of Udemy, and I'll come into Marketplace Insights. And this is essentially the same thing as keyword research. Okay, so right here, Udemy is telling you, hey, this is what's lacking. You could probably make a course on electromagnetism and make some money. Okay, well, okay, I'm not really feeling led to do any of these. So what if I type in, Bible, and let's just see what comes up. So it says 100, bring your A game to succeed in this topic. So the student demand is high. People are looking for the Bible in Udemy searches. The number of courses is high. So that means that I'm going to be competing with a lot of other course creators. Now, the median monthly revenue is $24. So the general course creator is making $20 a month off their course, and that's pretty low. That's, if you're a skilled marketer, you're going to be making more than $24 a month. All right. Now, sometimes what it'll give you is a high, and these can be $10,000 a month. If you rank #1 on the Udemy search engine for your term, you're going to make $10,000 a month. And so it will also tell you what the high is. And there are many course creators who have gotten very wealthy creating courses. And in my opinion, if a church is able to do that, what better place for the money to be than people who love Jesus and can put it to use to create other people that love Jesus. Anyway, so enroll. So the general gist here, where do these people come from that are searching the Bible? Well, they're coming from Udemy Discovery, exactly like, you type it in the little search bar. Udemy search, outside sources. So maybe they're on Google search and they type in, the Bible course, and a Udemy course pops up and they find it that way. Now, this is interesting. Instructor promo here. This means that the instructors of the Bible courses are creating promotions outside of Udemy and sending people to it. So there's one gentleman in here who's an apologist, NT Wright, and he has dozens of courses, and I believe it seems like they're required for his college students. So he creates discounts or promotions and says you have to go buy them, and they buy them. And so you see a kind of usually all of this stuff is found within Udemy, but the Christians are promoting their courses for some reason. So that's interesting to know. And that kind of means they have their own platform. So that's something to be aware of. And then Udemy adds an affiliate. So Udemy is advertising these courses and sending people to them. So that's something that happens. Now, here are the keywords, top search keywords. So we typed in the Bible as a subject. Here's Bible, 15%, Bible study, 5%, theology, 5%, NT Wright. So you'll see people just show up and type in NT Wright, and he's probably right, 2%. Anyway, so you can see all these related keywords, and here are the top courses. This is the actual results page for the Bible. And you can actually see, here's NT Wright. He's got 779 4.8 star reviews. Again, that's hard to compete with because I'm pretty confident that these are his students. You're not going to give your professor a bad rating. You might do that. He would do that. But okay, so he's got a really commanding presence here. Now, you can see that his titles, though, are not keyword targeted. These are not search engine optimized here. Themes in the Gospel of John, that doesn't have the Bible in it anywhere, right? Worldviews, the Bible, this one actually does have it, but it looks like it's probably by accident. You see what I'm saying? So if you actually do the keyword research and you know what you're trying to rank for, you can outrank the best of the best because he's not even doing this on purpose, right? And that's how I was able to rank my course higher than, this guy who's probably got better content than me. He's got, he's a doctor. He's teaching high level theology and, I'm sure philosophy and apologetics. And his course is maybe better, but it's not a best author course. It's a best selling course.
Best selling. Thank you.
Right. And so at least for the term Bible study, my course will outrank
the Bible. Okay.
This is for the Bible, but I don't rank for the term the Bible. I rank for the term Bible study.
Bible study.
Like one right here, right?
Okay.
So nevertheless, if you understand how the keywords work and you do your research and you put the keyword in the title and you put the keyword in the description and you're doing these types of ranking, search engine optimization ranking tricks, you can show up at the top. It's really not hard once you know what you're doing. If you can do it on Google, you can definitely do it on Udemy or any of these smaller search engines. But anyway, so showing you this is how to read this information. And then what I look for is a hole in the market. I want a high student demand, but a low number of courses. You see what I'm saying? Because then it's even easier to get to the top. And so then what do? Well, let's look at, Christianity. Let's see what the term Christianity brings up. See if that's any different. So it's still high. It's $1 higher a month, And we've got some different terms, but notice here, instructor promo, 77% traffic. So there's really not a lot of people that are just naturally here. And again, NT Wright kind of dominates this space.
Okay. What about prayer?
Well, great question. Let's look up prayer. Okay. Okay, so average student demand, average number of courses, and the top monthly revenue for this is $171 a month. So if you rank number 1 for prayer, you can make probably around 150 to 200 bucks a month. Okay. And now you can see here prayer related terms, because do we want to use the word prayer? Evangelism, Christian. These tell you that prayer here is largely from a Christian context, because are Muslims looking for courses on prayer? Who are we talking about? Looks like it's all pretty much focused around Christian prayer, which is good. That's the right area. So you can see here the Lord's Prayer, N.T. Wright. He kind of, like I said, he dominates this place. Prayer and evangelism. So you can see what they're doing, and you can say, okay, what are they doing? Help me pray. How to pray effectively. You can make better titles than pretty much anything if you're actually skilled at making content. Now, something I'll show you here. How about we go over to marketing? And now watch this. You'll see way different numbers. Let's go with. Let's just go with marketing strategy. That's probably a big term. Average monthly revenue here, $3,400 if you can rank number 1 for that. High demand, high number of courses. Here are other terms. So digital marketing is the term people are looking for. And look here, discovery on Udemy is 67%. Instructor promo is essentially none, because this is a secular platform and you don't have to generate your own traffic doing, you know what I mean, creating stuff that they're already looking for. So that's interesting. And then you can see all the top ranking ones here. And then I'll show you here, marketing psychology. This was one that caught my attention. And it's changed since last time I saw it, but this was student demand high, number of courses, it was low at the time I had looked at this. And I was like, oh, hey, maybe I'll just throw a course on there just for fun, which I'd never had time to do. But the competition here is actually fairly lacking in terms of how well you can do the search engine optimization, or it was. It looked like there are more courses. But the only 2 really solid competitors were these 2. And if I could get my course as number 3, it would still be fairly profitable because it's still on the top of the first page. So now it looks like there are a number of other fairly decent competitors. And you'll notice these courses, these titles even, are more compelling than the Lord's Prayer, right? How marketing psychology, how to become a master of influence. Well, that sounds like a really good book title. That's convincing me. That's grabbing me a little bit.
Yes, that's why it took the first position.
Yeah, exactly. And so anyway, so not to say that you should make a course on marketing psychology or something else, but this is one way to do market research, just like keyword research. And you can do this in YouTube. If you want to come over to YouTube, there is, it's called vidIQ. I think it's .com. Let's see if that's right. Yep. And so if you want to know, hey, well, what types of keywords and things should I try on YouTube? This tool, here you go. This is what it looks like. Related keywords. So he searched get more views, 3,500 searches a month on YouTube, competition low, overall score. This is the difficulty 24. And then it gives you a bunch of other how to get more views on YouTube, 350,000 searches a month. So again, if you're wanting to make content for YouTube, well, what do people want on YouTube? Just go ask one of these keyword research tools for YouTube, you see?
So vidIQ is a research tool for YouTube.
Exactly. So there's research tools for Google, there's research tools for YouTube. And then of course, you know, again here, well, I'll show you this as well. If you want, where is that? Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
One of our employees recently did this for me. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
There, this. So he did a bunch of market research about churches and pastors. And what he did was he went into the Amazon books and took a cross section of all the best-selling Amazon books written to pastors, because pastors is our audience. And he took the titles and the kind of first good chunk of the description, and he highlighted all of the points that, you know, really stuck out to him as the pain point. Because, you know, what do pastors want? That's what we're always trying to figure out. What are their problems? Young adults are walking away. Volunteers are hard to recruit. Leaders are burning out. And so he just went through, and I've got like 50 books here. And these books that sell well tell us what pastors are struggling with, so that we can gear our services to better serve you, right? Yep. So this is another way to do market research, is to look at Amazon, to look at what your audience wants on Amazon. And then again, what am I feeling passionate about? Is this something that my audience wants? How do they want it? And then you give it to them in the way they want it. And one more, I hope I'm not boring you here.
Boy, you are impacting me.
Okay, well, good. That's the goal. I'll show you one more, and we may have talked about this. I'm just pulling it up on my other screen here. Where are we? Come on. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. All right, so this, as you know, is Facebook. And you want to reach an audience on Facebook, you know, we consult with a lot of therapy firms, and they're always like, well, how do we, you know, can we get any advertising for free? Because they're, you know, they're always doing advertising accounts, but how do we get that extra boost? How do we get that extra traffic to our website? Well, so I'll tell them, you've got these really great blogs. You know, I told you my wife writes blogs for these therapy firms and Christian therapy firms. Well, okay, so they're on our website. What do we do with them? Well, look up anxiety, right? Because what does Jesus do? He knows who his audience is. A therapy firm's audience is people struggling with anxiety and depression or other types of mental difficulties, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are your people, and you go to them. You know who they are, you go to them, right? And you meet a deeply felt need. Well, so let's go to Facebook. We type in anxiety, and I go to groups. Look at this. Anxiety and depression support group, 200,000 people. I don't know if you can see that. 200,000 people, right? Yeah. And I think this was mentioned in the book too. But okay, so you go and say, hey, here's a great article on how to beat anxiety in 60 days or whatever. As long as the article is genuine, good quality material, you might get 1,000 people to your website in a week just by putting something right there.
The reason why, even though we have a Facebook, you know, but the reason why I have some times ago I have tried even the monetary advert on Facebook. I just noticed that it's bringing, and on Instagram, it's I think it's just from
you have to unselect
click firms. You know, I don't know. You just see very strange people, you know, liking and.
Well, right. Well, and I think maybe we're missing each other here. Excuse me. I'm not talking about advertising on Facebook. I'm talking about groups. Yeah, I'm not talking about making an advertisement. You can advertise on Facebook and get really good results if you are good at the.
Okay, but putting your link into one of the groups, is that not is that not a form of advert?
It is a form of marketing. Advertising
marketing.
Marketing. Let me show you this. Let me show you how this would work with ClickMill. Okay. So I come in here to LinkedIn, and let's say I look up church. Okay. And then I'm going to go to groups, because what I'm looking for? I'm looking for where my audience hangs out. Where do they? Where can I find them? Because I don't have to hunt down one pastor at a time if I can find 1,000 of them in the same place, right? So I'm going to go to church, and I'm going to go to groups. And now look, Christian ministry and church leadership, 11,600 self-proclaimed pastors right there.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So once in a while, maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, I'll come here and I'll post one of our blogs, right? I don't have to pay for anything as long as the goal is genuinely to provide value. I'm just looking to see if I have one in here. It doesn't appear so. So here, okay. So what we'll do is I'll just come in here. So there's 11,000 pastors in here. I'm going to come over. Okay, let me see, clickmill.co, and I'm going to come blog So again, this is the reason why I put so much work into the blogs, because I want them to actually have value. You don't ever want to be spamming people. You want to be actually contributing to their, to what they're doing. Okay, so here, let's say how to grow a church. This one pastors seem to like. They spend a lot of time on this page. So again, I want to approach them with the best. This one's really good. So how to grow a church. It's a really long post. You can see here the little thing. It goes and goes forever. Right? So anyway, now as you know, that this does say, hey, if this is really great, just like Jesus did, if that's really good for you, then come on and follow me, right? He gave them fish. He met the deeply felt need. He knew who they were. He went to them. He met the deeply felt need that said, follow me. This is the follow me. All of the blogs on all Christian websites should have a follow me call to action. Okay. So I got the link. I'm going to come here. I'm going to go ahead and say, here is a great RECOUR resource on church growth. Thought you might find it useful. And then I'm going to put the link.
Resource is wrong. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm keeping it simple, and you never ask them to do anything. It's, hey, if this blesses you, right? I'm not saying, please, please, please come and comment on my blog. Like, I'm not asking them to do anything. I'm saying, hey, this is a great resource. Maybe you'll enjoy it. And here's the link. And if they want to go to it, they can, because again, I'm not here to spam people. This actually has everything I have learned about church growth after Bible college, after have been in youth ministry, and after have been growing ClickMail. And so there's a lot of useful information here. And working with hundreds of pastors, this does have value in it. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to post it. And look, there we go. They don't even have an approval on this page. And so now here we are in front of 11,000 pastors. And sometimes this happens so fast, you can actually just go over to your Google Analytics account and see the people start rolling in.
Okay, really you connected your Google Analytics to your
how to grow a church. Oh, this is probably me actually, because I just copied that link. I've got it pulled up right here. So the Google Analytics tracks my website, right? So anytime someone says goes to the page how to grow a church, I'll see it in the live view here, right? Same thing with your website. If we go over to your website, you can see these live views, which I forget which website's yours. Is this your? Yeah, here you go.
Joy.
So, yep. So here you can see all yours. You've got someone on Prayer Guide Now, Sermons, Birthday Prayer, right? You've got all these people on your site. You can click on this and see what country in the live view. You've got someone from wherever. I won't even try. And that other place that I also won't try. Peter Mansicksburg, right? So a lot of times you'll just go and you'll put this in for free, because this is where your audience is hanging out, and you'll see people right away. They're here and they'll just start popping into your website. So start reading your articles and signing up for your thing.
Okay, sorry, there was a way you interpreted that that data, that analytics. I want to ask you once. You said all these are people, but it's only showing 2 right now. You said all those bars.
Yeah, these right here. So there's only 2 on your website live right now.
Okay.
But this is a 30-minute view. So see, this says negative 30 minutes there. So 30 minutes ago, this guy was here, and then there was another page view, and then so in the last 30 minutes, you've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7.
Sorry, when you say 30 minutes view, is the person was on the page for 30 minutes or what?
No. This is how many page views there have been in the past 30 minutes.
Past 30 minutes, okay.
So in the past 30 minutes, there have been 9 people who have opened a new page. It could be the same person 9 times. It could be 9 different people, but you're seeing the page views over the past 30 minutes, okay?
How did you get 9? How did you get the figure 9?
See these little blue blips here?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so now it's 8 because the other one just went past 30 minutes. Okay. So when someone comes to your website, and now this is how many are on your website right now. Okay. So you've got one somewhere around South Africa and one in Southeast Asia somewhere. Okay. And these are the pages they're on: Prayer Guide Now, Sermons /Birthday Prayer.
Okay.
So that said, you can come into, so you asked me, how do you decide what to post and where to post it? So I'm really digging into this with you here.
Okay.
You can come to LinkedIn. You can look up your audience, right? Like prayer, right? Let's look at prayer and just look at prayer, and we'll go, oh, no, I don't want to do that. Let's go home. Let's look up prayer, and then groups. I want groups of people who are praying. Prayer partners, there's 2,000 members. Prayer, 766. Worldwide prayer warriors for Jesus. Well, that sounds like what you're talking about, right? 650. So there's 650 people right there who have said, I love to pray and I'm a prayer warrior. Well, that's probably who you should offer your content to, because that's who you're talking to, right?
Yeah.
So that's LinkedIn. You're going to find even more of them on Facebook. Power of a Praying Woman, 100,000 people. Let's Pray, that looks like a Christian group, 360,000 people there, right? Prayer and Fasting Women, 95,000 people fasting and praying, 80,000. Pray to God, 10,000. I Pray My Rosary. Okay, so that's probably not your audience.
That's Catholic.
Yep. Pray Without Ceasing, Power in Prayer, 20,000. I mean, you've got tons. Prayer and Fasting, 100,000 people, tons and tons. So all you do is you just come in here and you just click the plus to join the group that might have a couple questions, and you join 20 of them. And then you only offer stuff in those groups that really gives value to those people. And that's the stuff you're creating, right? That's your videos, your blogs. If you write a really good blog on how to pray, you just go drop it in there and people show up on your website. And when they show up at your website, they're going to find the next step, because if you meet their need, you say, follow me. So here's the step. And then there's the download. And that is how you create an online platform. You're siphoning traffic from these other, secular sources like Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn or whatever it is. And you're bringing them to you. And the reason they come to you is because you meet their needs better than anybody else. That's the goal.
All right.
So all of that to say, how do you choose what content to make? What's God leading you to do? What are you passionate about? And what do people actually want? And you do what's in the middle of it.
Amen. Thank you very much. I really, really, really appreciate this.
Yeah. So hopefully that gives you more market research thoughts.
Yeah. It did right there. Just looking forward to go over the lessons on video.
Yes. Let me work on getting those uploaded, and I will reach out to you.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Brett. I really appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure, and I will follow up with you when I get a few minutes tomorrow to go in and see if I can't pull that conversion into Google Ads.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey, it was a pleasure. Have a great day.
Yeah, and you too. Thank you. Bye-bye. And have a great Thanksgiving too.
Absolutely. You have a wonderful afternoon, Pastor.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yep.